Hello?
Oop! Hi, it's Jazzy and welcome back, Snacks.
Are you into me?
Are you?
Like I'm into you. Do you wanna do the things I wanna do with you?
Like hold hands.
You're so close, and yet so far. I wonder how you look when you're in the dark.
It is such a nice day out today. I really wanted to take my camera outside to this spot specifically because I really like hanging out in this little area. Oh, I need to stop swinging. I feel like I'm gonna give people like anxiety if I keep swinging. So I went on my Instagram and asked you guys to ask me a bunch of personal questions, the type of questions that you're too afraid to talk to your mom about. So I'm gonna be your little mom friend for the day. I'm really excited because some of these questions are kind of fun to talk about, and I'm just excited to just have like a real talk with you guys. Everything that I'm gonna be talking about is gonna be based off of my own personal experience in high school. So I'm gonna answer everything to the best of my ability with my own personal opinion. And I feel like in a few years from now, like once I'm in college and I get out of college and I look back at this video, my opinions are definitely gonna change on some things, and I think that'll be interesting. But just know, like, feel free to take everything with just a grain of salt. You don't have to agree with me on everything, but you guys asked me some questions, so I have some answers. I'm blushing. Dude, I should film outside more often. It's so nice outside. Okay, let's get started. Okay, first question, I'm just gonna jump into it. Is it really that big of a deal if I lose my virginity at 16? Oh, is this bad? Maybe I shouldn't start with that question because I have some younger viewers. Let me ease into that. Okay, give me a second.
1 second.
What should I expect during my first kiss? Okay, first off, your first kiss, at least for me, in my own personal experience, your first kiss is never how it is in the movies. It's never like, it's the first time that you and someone else's face is coming together to smooch. You can't expect it to go perfectly, but that's what I think is so like wholesome about a first kiss. For your first kiss ever, have no expectations because the person that you're kissing also most likely doesn't really know what they're doing either. If it's awkward, that's okay. You don't need to be ashamed of it. You're not gonna be an amazing kisser on your first kiss. Practice makes perfect. Next question. How do you reject somebody? This is a great question because I get so many questions all the time asking like, how do I shoot my shot? How do I ask out someone? But rejecting someone is a really uncomfortable situation because if you're a decent person, chances are you don't really want to hurt the other person's feelings. So if it's very obvious that someone is really into you and you're just not into them like that, my advice is to just talk to them less, respond to their text less. You don't have to give as much energy. You are not obligated to talk to this person. Even if you feel bad, it's okay. I feel like if you naturally just talk to them less, respond to their texts less, then they'll get the hint that you're not interested. But if they keep pushing and pushing, then you can literally ghost them if you want to. We're gonna jump right into it now. Okay, so I got a question that says, is it really that big of a deal if I lose my virginity at 16? I have a similar question that says, when do you think is the right age to have your firsts? Like your first kiss, first relationship, first time having sex, etc. Okay, this is how I was raised. I don't think it is necessary to date anyone in middle school, but I'm not speaking for everyone. If you want to have a relationship, you can. Like, I'm not telling you not to. This is literally said everywhere, but it's just whenever you're comfortable with it and whenever you feel ready. I think whenever you enter high school, it's normal to want to start dating people because like there's so many new people around you. It's really exciting. You shouldn't ever feel pressured to date someone if you don't want to, and you shouldn't ever feel like you have to be in a relationship at a certain age. There really is no age for anything. I didn't have my first boyfriend until I was a sophomore in high school, and I know people that didn't have their first boyfriend until like their senior year. I know people who haven't even dated people before who are in college, and that's perfectly fine. Like, I didn't realize, I got a Snapchat. Okay. I didn't realize like how pressured like relationships are now on social media, especially with like TikTok and stuff. To be in a good, fulfilling relationship, you should never be in a relationship just to be in a relationship. I think that if you are naturally yourself, you will naturally find someone that you click with. If you just open yourself up and you just talk to people and meet people, you will naturally vibe with someone, and then you'll be like, okay, cool, let's date. That is my #1 relationship advice. Speaking of relationships, someone said, what is the best setting to tell someone that you're in love with them? Okay, I freaking love like young love. I'm such a freaking hopeless romantic. I don't want to tell you what it shouldn't be, but like, for my own personal opinion, I think it should be somewhere that's not super public. If you're in the moment and you're thinking to yourself like, oh, I want to tell them, and it seems appropriate, then go for it, you know? Like, I don't think it's something that you should over-plan. Kind of tied into this question is, how can you tell when you're in love with someone? Bitch. I don't know. I don't want to get like super like sappy. It's so much more than like butterflies in your stomach. I'm gonna get so sentimental. Whenever you really love someone, you don't expect anything back. You just want them to know that, oh, what is wrong with me? Dude, I'm gonna look back at this and like laugh at myself. This is embarrassing. No, it's not. I'm allowed to have feelings. Whenever you love someone, it doesn't even matter what their opinion is, and you don't expect anything back. You just want them to know that you love them. And that's it. You don't expect anything back. You just know. That's it. You just know. And I've heard so many people say that, but you just know. And I'm so freaking young. I'm literally 17, and I hate whenever adults are like, oh, you don't really know what love is. Okay, I don't care. Like, this is how I feel, and I feel like I am. I wanted this to be funny. What the
Hang in there, baby, things are crazy, but I know your future's bright. Hang in.
Okay, this person says, I'm in love with the nicest girl. I haven't seen her in a year, but I still think about her every day. Text her, Instagram DM her, something. Like, just ask how her day is or something. Like, I'm sorry that you haven't seen her in a year. Text her, be like, oh, hey, like, how are you doing? It's been a while. Just hit them up. Hit them up, because you never know. How do you tell your parents that you're dating someone or that you like someone? Okay, you need to think about your personal relationship with your parents. If you really like someone, then you do not need to be ashamed of that. Even if your parents are kind of annoying about it, you can just be sitting with them and be like, hey, I need to talk to you guys about something. I really like this boy, or I really like this girl, and I think they're super awesome, and we get along really well, and I hope that that's okay. If you're already dating someone and your parents don't know, I think you should tell them. But if you already have a really solid relationship going and you know your parents are gonna be like, unacceptable, break up with them, then don't tell them. Like, you are allowed to meet people, and you are allowed to have good experiences with people. Like, I'm sorry that your parents don't allow you. They're just trying to protect you. Speaking of relationships with parents, someone said, tell me how to ask my mom to buy me tampons without it being awkward. You can send her a text. You don't have to make it a big deal. If you're not that close with your mom and you don't have that kind of relationship, that is okay. You can send her a text, be like, hey mom, I need some tampons. You could write it on a note and leave it on her desk. Like, you don't have, if you are not comfortable, then you don't have to make a big deal out of it. And that is okay. Someone said, a bunch of my friends keep talking about having sex, but I'm not ready for that stuff. That is okay. You are allowed to listen to all of your friends' fun stories about having sex or whatever. Just because they're having a fun time doesn't mean that you should get involved if you're not ready. You need to trust yourself, and you need to love yourself and respect yourself enough to understand and accept what you are comfortable with, and understand that what you're comfortable with may be different from what other people are comfortable with, and that is perfectly okay. Okay, next question. Do all boys suck, or just the ones I met? Probably just the ones you met. There's a lot of really awful men out there, but at the same time, there's a lot of really good guys out there. So I'm sorry if you haven't come across anyone like that. Someone said, what's the best advice you give to someone dealing with bad mental health? If you're dealing with bad mental health, don't be ashamed. It's okay. Talk to someone about it. You probably need people more than you think you do. If you're really just feeling bad all the time, then recognize that and talk to someone about it. It's okay to feel bad. I'm sure sometimes it's hard to believe that because it seems like everyone around you is so happy, but I promise you that everyone's dealing with something. Okay, did you ever question your sexuality? Because I'm wondering about it. I've gotten so many questions about being like, I think I'm bi, I'm gay, I don't know what to do about it. I've never personally had to deal with the pressure of coming out or discovering my sexuality, because it's just something that I've never had to question. But I think especially as you're growing older and you're becoming a teenager and you're discovering yourself, it is completely normal to be like, wait, I don't know who I like, or I don't know what my preference is. That is perfectly normal. And it's not something that you're gonna discover overnight either. But just based off of what I've seen from my friends, discovering your preference and who you are is just something that you get more comfortable with as you grow older. I'm gonna end this with some more like girly questions. So guys, I'm sorry, but feel free to listen. I don't know if that's weird. Feel free to listen. I got a question that says, do you feel it when you get your period? I'm 11, so I don't know. Okay, first off, I love having like a young fan base. I think it's so cool that like young people like want to come to me for advice. What? Speaking of age, I got a few questions that were like, I'm 13, I haven't got my period yet, is that normal? I didn't get my period until I was a freshman in high school, so I was a late bloomer, but it's just the timing of my body. That doesn't mean like my boobs are like smaller on average. I like my boob size. Okay, whatever. Anyways, it doesn't hurt. It just kind of feels like something. It just kind of feels like something's coming out of you. How else can I describe it? How to have a good hygiene down there? This is a very good question, because hygiene down there especially is so important because you don't want it to smell bad. Is this gross? I don't care. Keep yourself hydrated. That's actually a big factor about it. And what you're eating matters a lot. If you drink stuff like cranberry juice and like eat a lot of fruits, like acidic fruits and stuff like that, I think that's the most basic way to maintain good hygiene. Another way to maintain good hygiene. See, this is a difficult thing because I feel like I have a pretty wide age range of audience. I have people my age and I have like 8-year-olds watching. So some of these questions I'm a little nervous about. Does dropping out of high school always mean no success? No. There are so many stories of people dropping out of high school and doing amazing things with their lives. But it all depends on the person. I do have the opportunity to drop out of high school. I have a YouTube channel and I am making enough money to support myself. And I could drop out of high school if I really wanted to. But I personally think it is important to get an education, and I'm the kind of person who needs structure in their life to keep myself organized and to keep myself going and to keep myself on top of my and like stay motivated or whatever. At the end of the day, no one really likes going to school. Like, it is not fun to consistently be stressed and be in this environment where so much pressure is put on you, like every single freaking day. It's not fun, it's not enjoyable. It's different if school just really makes you sad and it's just like, it sucks everything out of you. You know, it really has to do with the person, you know? It literally just has to do, if you drop out of high school, that doesn't mean that you're not gonna be successful, but that also does not mean that you will be successful. It is all up to you and your own potential and you trusting yourself enough to know what is best for you. At the end of the day, I think the freaking moral of this video is just, it's okay to feel uncomfortable. It's okay to, you don't have to be ashamed of your feelings. You don't have to feel like you should be feeling a certain way. And also, boys are dumb. I think that's the moral. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you took something useful out of this video. If not, I hope it gave you some comfort in some kind of way. Thank you for watching. If you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe down below to be part of the snack pack. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.